I love that people are still coming up with things to do that no one has ever heard of or done. This man he's out of his mind. I love it.
Artist, architect, composer, inventor. How does one man integrate his mechanical training and musical talent into high-tech, high-touch installations and into his performances, alternating between design and sound, from visual rhythms to solid structures?
The tough thing is, how to not put me in a box. Especially don't put me in a small box.
Christopher Janney has deep roots in New England and a lifelong exposure to its time-honored iconoclastic thinking. From his childhood summers on Cape Cod to his graduate work at MIT.
Let's see, I came to Boston in the mid-'70s to study with the environmental artist Otto Pina, who became a great friend, a great mentor, and a great collaborator. Soundstair was the first of what I call my urban musical instruments. That was my thesis at MIT in the mid-'70s, and then I was a research artist at the Center for Advanced Visual Studies for the next 10 years. During that time, I also worked for a number of different artists: James Seawright, Jack Youngerman, Klaus Oldenburg, and the Merce Cunningham Dance Company. I also had friendships with Isamu Noguchi, John Cage, the architect John Haydock, and the record producer Sir George Martin.
Later, as a visiting professor at the Cooper Union School of Architecture in New York, and as a guest critic at other universities, Janney continued to develop a series of projects under the concept Exploring the Hidden Music. These included his most well-known work, Heartbeat.
It's sort of a duet or duel with your mind and your body. It's very self-indulgent kind of moment and vanity moment, and at the same time there is a moment of a deep thought about your mortality. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, the heartbeat is so universal. I think that's what's sort of fascinating to me about it, that you can present it and anybody from anywhere can have their own take on it. I first set Heartbeat on Twyla Tharp's principal dancer, Sarah Rudner.
It implies life. The heartbeat implies a life and something kind of positive.
I'm a very nervous performer. When I enter on stage, my heartbeat was 160, 170, or
great.
In Paris was 180.
It was great.
And it was...
you look cool as a cucumber. And then
I remember
it
was like 180 or something. And then we put it down to 40 something.
Yeah, 49.
Or 49, which is 3 times, more than 3 times. Almost
incredible.
4 times.
Yeah. A few years later, at the request of the American Heart Association, I developed a new version with the New York City ballet dancer Emily Coates and the Persuasions. Since I had these kings of a cappella, I composed a special ballad for them entitled, What is a Heart? Okay. Please don't walk away. Please don't say that it's done. And most recently, I reworked it a bit with Sarah and I setting it on her protege, Sonny Hitt. We presented it as part of an evening of my performance work with a group of great musicians and good friends at the Gramercy Theater in New York.
A pair of Jani's urban musical instruments further immersed concertgoers that night. The quadraphonic sound installation Cybermonks and Sonic Forest, a fan favorite at major music festivals across North America and Europe, making this another unique event in Jani's continuing investigation, exploring the hidden music.
When working on visual projects, I try to imagine what they sound like. When working on a musical project, I try to imagine what it might look like. In this way, I try to get out of myself, to see the work from a fresh perspective. Or as the artist Marcel Duchamp used to say about these sort of tricks, call it a little game between I and me.
Recorded in ultra-high definition, exploring the hidden music. This is your host and narrator, Eric Bogosian.
It's like a Zen koan. The way that a Zen koan is there not to solve a specific problem, but it's really there to sort of throw your mind into neutral. That concept allows me to think more freely.